Hazelnut and Glenstone meet the castle cat. Hazelnut and Glenstone are the best of friends. They live in Ballymena and sometimes they like to pretend that they are amazing explorers and can time travel back to the past, where they can learn lots of new things and make more memories to last. Well, today I'm going to tell you a story about the time they met a cat. Now, he wasn't just any old cat. In fact, he was much more than that. His name was Master Adair, and he lived in Ballymena too. But he wasn't just a normal pet. In fact, he was quite well to do. You see, Master Adair the cat lived in a castle that once stood tall. In the grounds now there is a school, but before that were castle walls and a very large tall tower that was 7 stories high. So high, in fact, it almost touched the sky. And in the tall tower there were rooms with lots of windows galore. They were coloured brightly, reds, greens and blues, and were really fun to explore. And Master Adair used to love sitting at the stained glass and looking out over the town. He could see all the hustle and bustle of the people on the ground. When Hazel and Glen first spoke to the castle cat, he appeared a little bit sad. "What's wrong?" they both asked. "Being a cat can't be that bad." "Oh, I love being a cat, really truly I do. But I have to be very honest with the both of you. I miss my old home called Ballymena Castle. It was built a long time ago. It was known as one of the 7 towers of Ballymena, don't you know? I used to roam through the large garden and go to the gate lodge for a nap. But recently I haven't found anywhere comfortable enough to do that. I remember going to the library where there were books to quietly read and a stables for some horses where they were groomed and could have a feed. And sometimes I would sneak in and nestle into the hay. I would love to roll around in the yard, and sometimes we would even play." "Well, that sounds like a wonderful time," said Hazel with a smile. "We could play with you now," said Glen. "We could stay a while." "Oh, you would!" exclaimed Adair. "You could really help me. You see, I'm trying to piece together the castle again, and we really need to start with the key." So Hazel, Glen and Adair closed their eyes and transported back in time to the outdoor garden to see what they could find. They looked high and low in hedges, bushes and trees. Can you help them spot the missing large iron key? And next they needed to find a carving made out of wood. It had the letter A carved into it. I wonder where it stood. Adair told them these carved blocks would sit proudly on the castle gate walls, so everyone visiting would know exactly who they were coming to call. Another part of the castle cat's memories was something called a crest, which would have been worn by a coachman very proudly on his chest. It was a bearded man's head imprinted onto a button, like a badge. Now, if we could find it somewhere here, Master Adair would be so glad. "Thank you so much, Glen and Hazel, for helping me today.
But I have one more request for help before you go away.
My most favourite thing about my old home is where I used to sit, looking out over the town from way up high. That was my favourite bit. I used to sit at the top of the castle tower in the morning and sometimes at night,
looking through these amazing stained glass windows with their colours oh so bright. They were like rainbow glass, full of blues, yellows, reds and greens.
I miss peering out of those. They were the loveliest windows I have ever seen. Well, Hazel and Glenn looked at each other and they knew exactly what to do. If we can't find them here, how about we bring some to you? How can you bring a stained glass window? Where would you get that? And that's when Hazel and Glenn smiled at the castle cat.
We can use brightly coloured tissue paper and make one for you. And you can hang it up on your own window and have a peek through.
We'll use your favourite colours and stick them together with glue. And they'll look just like the windows that you are so used to. Oh, that would be absolutely brilliant! Exclaimed a very excited Adair. Then I can have my own castle windows, absolutely anywhere. So why don't we make a start on our wonderful colourful craft and make a precious memory for Adair the castle cat.
Things you will need: tissue paper, black or dark card, glue, scissors, pencil and a ruler. Cut up the tissue paper into small squares. Then get your black card and draw a line in the middle of it and cut it. Next, using the ruler, draw a frame around your black card. Now, draw a cat in the middle. Make sure the bottom is attached to the frame. Now cut out the space in between the frame and the cat. Next, stick the tissue paper squares where there are any blank spaces. turn it over to check to make sure there aren't any gaps. Check if there are any bits of tissue poking out around the frame and cut them away.